Hey guys, this is my part 2 video on my sleep paralysis and astral projection experiences. Today's video is going to be about a crazy story and experience that I had the other day. So I just want to jump right into it. So it all starts with a couple weeks ago, maybe about a month or so ago. There was one night where I was asleep, and maybe around 2 or 3, it usually happens between 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. For me. But so what happened was, this one night, maybe about a month ago, it was, like I said, it was early in the morning, and all of a sudden I was woken up, and I heard this nasty voice, like this really eerie, nasty voice, and it spoke to me. Now, when it spoke to me, I was laying down and I was asleep, and all of a sudden I was woken up, but I couldn't move. I was paralyzed, in sleep paralysis, and I couldn't understand what the person was saying to me, but I could hear the tone of the voice, and it was like this really creepy, nasty voice that I can't explain. But anyways, as soon as I heard the voice, it stopped. It said what it had to say, and then it stopped. And all of a sudden, this is new to me, because, like I said, I'm able to leave my body most times, and I'm able to see different things. But this is a new one to me that I haven't yet seen. But let me explain this. So I was thrown, when that voice stopped talking, I was immediately thrown out of my body. And so what happened was, I was thrown backwards. So I was laying down, right? I don't know how this happened. I don't know. All I know is that whatever it was threw me out of my body, which sounds crazy, but I'm just sharing my experiences. And this is a crazy story. So now, when I was thrown backwards, I went through the house I was in, and I could see everything in front of me, but I couldn't see behind me. Now, I want to tell you that when I was thrown backwards, I was falling at the same time. So I'm going back and I'm also falling, and I felt my spiritual body. I was falling like when you're on a ride or a roller coaster and you can't breathe, because of the G-force. That's what I felt. Like I couldn't breathe because I was going down so fast, and I kind of was scared, and I kind of panicked. But as I was going backwards and I started falling, I could see beneath me, and what I saw was this. It was stairs, like not like normal stairs. It was like stairs that were going all the way down, and it was pitch black. And when I looked down, I seen all these stairs, and it was super long, and it was like it was just like it was like an old not even stairs. It was like made out of like stone, like that kind of stairs, like something that is, I don't really, it's hard to explain. But like I said, when I looked down, it was just these stairs, and it was going like far and far. And also at the same time, while I was falling down, I looked, and there was a person sitting on the right side of the stairs, and it was a person with a skull, and the rest of the body was black, but he wasn't moving, he wasn't looking, he was just like stuck, or maybe dead, I don't know. But once I seen that, I really got scared, and I really started to panic. And right when I dropped and I finally hit the stairs, I couldn't see, so I woke up. I was able to like shake myself out of it, and I forced myself to wake up, because I was pretty scared, right? And I've kind of learned how to not to be so fearful of it, and how to just take it all in, and use it to my advantage. Because I have it pretty much frequently, almost every night, if not most times throughout the week. So that experience, I thought about it, and I didn't really know what the purpose of it was. I didn't know why that person said something to me, and I was thrown out of my body backwards. I didn't understand any of it, and how I was falling down, and I saw these long set of stone stairs, like big too, like it was real long, just going into pitch black. And after that experience, I didn't think too much on it, and you know, I kind of let it go. But I want to share what happened a couple days ago. So this gets crazy, right? So I kind of forgot about that experience, and I had other things going on. You know, I still had sleep paralysis and astral projection experiences right after that, but nothing with that, right, with the stairs. So the crazy thing is, a couple days ago, the same thing happened again. So I was asleep, and this time I was woken up by a different voice, and it just whispered something to me, and I couldn't really hear what they said. I couldn't even tell if it was a man or a woman because it was so quiet, right? But they said something to me and I couldn't understand it. And I was thrown backwards in the same direction, the same spot, and I was falling in the same way, just like the first time. And when I looked down, it was the same stairs and everything. It was the exact same. And this time I was more focused, and I was more like, okay, what is this? Like, why am I going back here again? Like, what is the purpose of this? So this time when I landed on the stairs, you know, I was more curious because I've never been thrown in the same place twice for me, even with sleep paralysis or astral projection. So I knew there's a reason why, but I wanted to figure it out this time. And so when I landed, I looked down, and all of it, what I seen were rocks. So when I guess when I landed, the rocks were breaking and they kind of crumbled down, and I seen the rocks falling, you know, along the stairs with me. So then I turned around and I started going down the stairs. Now this is crazy because, you know, this is my experience, and it's like the movie Insidious. It's just like that. It's almost the same thing. I'm pretty sure that's why they made the movie, because people really are experiencing things like this. But like I said, I start walking down and it's pitch black. I can't see anything. I can only see the stairs I'm on. And all of a sudden, in my right hand, I had a light. I don't know how it got there. I don't know how. I guess it was given to me, or whatever was there, whatever threw me out of my body. They wanted me to experience this. That's kind of the only thing I can get out of this. So I didn't understand why though yet. So all of a sudden I had a light, and it was like an old antique light. Like it had the candle, and then it was like the glass around it, you know, like one of those like chandeliers, or the one of the, you know what I mean? And I start walking, you know, I don't know how I got the light, but now I can see. And as I'm walking, I come across right in front of me, there's a door. Now this door, it was like a wooden door, but it looked old. But the weird thing was, as I'm standing there, it starts to open. But the way it opens, right in the center of a door, it's like there's like a circle. And in the circle, it starts to spin around, kind of like a futuristic kind of door, but almost like a spiritual kind of thing. I know it sounds weird, but like I said, I'm standing there, and the door starts to spin in the middle, and then it slowly opens up, right? When the door opens, when I look in, I see an abandoned train, like an actual train, like the front of the train, you know what I mean? It was abandoned, and it was all dark, and it was like real old, like you can tell nobody had been there in a long time. Like it was abandoned. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm kind of stunned, right? Like not knowing, like, because I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but I'm very curious, right? Because that's just who I am. So as I'm standing there, and I haven't even begun to move yet, because I'm in awe, right? I'm looking like what is this? You know, I've never seen this before. So there's a train in front of me, maybe about, I say 60, 70 feet in front of me, and it's like an actual normal train, but there's a track where it came off the track and it just stopped, like it, you know, it's been abandoned. So as I'm standing there, all of a sudden, this creature, when I say creature, I mean it was big, like what it looked like. It looked like a centipede and a worm combined. It was like this, maybe about 2 school buses big. It was big. It wasn't like a little worm or a little centipede. No, this thing was huge. Like I said, the size of it was like 2 school buses, maybe even bigger. And when I saw it, it came down from the ceiling, and then when it came down, it was upside down, and it was looking. It was almost like it heard the door open, and it came down from wherever it was at, and it started to look. And let me explain to you what it looked like. It was like I said, almost 2 or 3 school buses big. It was huge, like very huge. I mean, like I said, when I seen this, I panicked. I got terrified, like absolutely terrified. And it was hanging upside down from the ceiling. But here's the crazy part too. It had a human head on it, like a human head, but it was all nasty, and it was super demonic. Like the face was all grotesque. Like it wasn't like a beautiful face. No, it was all old and disgusting, and that it was creepy. And as it's upside down, I'm looking at it, and I'm getting extremely terrified. I don't even want to move. That's because it's like I said, it's when you're experiencing these sleep paralysis and astral projection experiences, it's like you're really there. Your soul is there, like your spirit is there. So the way I am right now, and I'm talking and I'm fully aware, was the way I was when I experienced this or any of these things. You're you, like, you're not dreaming, you're not asleep. This is something different, because the difference between a dream and sleep paralysis and astral projection, because the dreams, you don't even really control them, but you can, some people, and you don't really remember them like me. But no, this I saw this in my spirit body, and when I was there, like I said, this thing was upside down, and it was just, I can't even explain how big it was. It was just that big, and it had a human head on it. So it was like a centipede with like one human head, but the head was gigantic. Like, it was big. It was probably, I don't know, maybe 2 cars combined, or 3, because it was huge. And when I seen it, it was upside down, like I said, and the face was all disfigured and nasty, like very demonic. And as I'm standing there and I'm looking at it, like I said, I'm terrified. And right before I turned around, because I was not gonna go towards this thing, right when I turned around, I could hear it. It automatically started chasing me. Like, it pretty much jumped, and it was gonna come for me. And when that happened, I turned around and I started running up the stairs, and it's making all these crazy noises, just unhuman noises, just like what you would imagine a creature would sound like. So it's making all these noises, and I'm running, and before it can get me, I'm trying to wake myself up in reality, and I'm praying, I'm saying, Jesus, 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 as fast as I can, and I keep fighting to wake myself up. Like, I stopped running, I just kept trying to force myself to wake up. And like I said, I managed to actually just snap back into my body in this reality, and I was beyond terrified. And that happened at 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning for me. So when this happened, I could not go back to sleep. I was so just like blown away, because not only had I been there before, but now I just went there again, and I just seen what I was supposed to see or experience. And I believe that's why I was thrown there the second time, because the first time I didn't even make it to the door. I was already scared, and then this time I made it. But then now I see why I was supposed to go back there, or what they wanted me to see, in my opinion. And it was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in my life. It's like straight out of a movie, and it was just unbelievable. And I just couldn't believe that I was thrown in the same spot twice. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was the same thing. I was woken up, somebody spoke to me, and then I was thrown backwards. So when I'm going back, I can see everything in front of me, the house, and I can't look down or behind me, so I can just feel myself falling. And as I'm falling, I couldn't breathe, and I started to panic. I thought maybe I need to wake up because I can't breathe. But no, then I landed, and it was the same thing twice, the same place, but only this time I made it to the door. And like I said, it was this huge monster. It was just unbelievable. Like, like I said, it had a human head that was huge. It was grotesque. It was nasty. And it started to run. It started to chase me. It was like, as soon as that door opened, it heard it, or it knew that I was there. because that's when it slowly came down from the ceiling and it stopped. And once I seen it, it seen me. I knew that I can't even imagine what would have happened if I would have walked into the room. And I mean, it was a setup, right? Like, it was made for me to experience true fear, for sure. And I just wanted to share that with you guys today. So thank you.